Mrs. Tillie Klimek, convicted 13 years ago of poisoning a former husband in one of Chicago's most sensational murder trials, died today at the Woman's Reformatory at Dwight, Ill, the paper reported. Convicted and sent to prison for life in 1923, the 64-year-old widow killed her second husband Frank Krupeczk, the report said. She was accused of the crime when her third husband, Joseph Klimek, became ill and poisoning was suspected. Tillie Klimek, one of the most fascinating and terrifying female serial killers of all time. Tillie Klimek, born Ottilie Burek, was a Polish-American serial killer who was active in Chicago during the early 1900s. She allegedly murdered between 6 and 20 individuals by poisoning them with arsenic. Additional victims included her other husbands, a boyfriend, relatives, and various neighbors with the help of her cousin Tillie Klimek. She would be known as the first occult serial killer, as she would have premonitions about her victim's death and make her vision come true. The crime for which was eventually tried was the murder of Frank Krupeczk, her third husband. He had taken ill in their apartment at 924 N. Winchester, where Tillie had previously lived with a boyfriend under the name of Myers, and she began to tell neighbors that Frank would not live long. She would mock Frank himself, greeting him in the morning by saying it won't be long now, and you'll be dying soon, and joking with neighbors that he had 2 inches to live. She even knitted her own mourning hat as she sat at his bedside, which she later wore to the trial, and asked for the landlady's permission to store a bargain coffin she'd found for sale in the basement. This may have been what sparked the legends of her claiming to predict deaths. In 1921, after Frank's death, she married on Joseph Klimek and lived with him 1453 Tille Place, now 1453 Thomas Street. When he became ill, doctors suspected arsenic poisoning, and tests confirmed it. Tillie was arrested. It was later said that she told the arresting officer that the next one I want to cook a dinner for is you. Bodies of her other husbands were soon exhumed and found to contain lethal doses of arsenic, though the soil around them was clean. Police also arrested her cousin, Tillie. Tillie had told the police that she had told Tillie she was tired of her husband Frank. Tillie suggested divorce. Tillie said that I will get rid of him some other way, and claimed that Tillie had given her a goodly portion of a poison called rough on rats. After her arrest, it came to light that several relatives and neighbors of the 2 women had died. 2 neighbors Tillie had quarreled with became gravely ill after being candied by her. A dog that annoyed Tillie in her Winchester Street house had died of arsenic poisoning. Several of Tillie and Tillie's cousins and relatives were found to have become gravely ill shortly after eating at Tillie's house. In all, the list stretched to 20 suspected victims, 14 of whom had died. Klimek's trial was a media sensation, not only for her crimes but also because she didn't act alone, prosecutors said. A March 6, 1923 story read, Tillie Klimek and Tillie Klimek, the so-called arsenic widows of the Polish Quarter, were placed on trial today for the murder of one of the numerous husbands they are alleged to have poisoned. Prosecutors Thomas Pendon and William McLaughlin said the women killed Krupeczk for insurance money and later married and poisoned other husbands, the report said. Both women face the maximum punishment, hanging. If you like my videos, please like and subscribe to my channel.